Hello everyone, welcome back to Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. So we're going to continue here where we last left off, and we just cleared Chapter 1, and now we're about to go into Chapter 2. I think it's a little bit longer, so we probably won't get there.
What's with Angeal? How long is he gonna slack off like this? It's already been a month. Sephiroth's no help either. Lumping Angeal together with Genesis. Genesis is a deserter who took a bunch of seconds and thirds along with him. He used copies of himself to attack us. Angeal wouldn't condone something like that. His soldier honor means way too much to him. Everything's so messed up now. Angeal, just come back to us.
Just doing squats. Oh, this is where we meet Song.
Second class, Zack.
That would be me. Who is this?
Director Lazard wants to see you. Go to the briefing room.
Hey, wait! Who was that?
As I was saying, I think this chapter's a little bit longer, so I probably won't be able to complete it.
Any word on Angeal?
He hasn't contacted his family either.
But it's all good, I guess. We'll just see
So
how
what's
far I could
this
get.
about?
A new assignment. I want you to go to the hometown of our missing soldier first class, Genesis.
Huh?
According to the parents, they've had no contact with Genesis whatsoever. But they can't be trusted.
Why?
They're his family.
Dumb question, Zack.
I had already dispatched some staff, but we've lost contact. I want you to go and investigate. He will go with you.
Song of the Turks.
This job is looking really gloomy.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
Ah, good old Song. Airstrike. I'm pretty sure not much has changed on this.
Oh, excuse me. Hello?
Oh, hey! It's Kunzel. Did you read my mail?
Not yet. I'll read it later. I'm in a meeting in the briefing room right now.
Gotcha. Hey, can I talk to you after that?
I'm kind of busy, but if you can keep it short.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, I'll be outside the briefing room.
Oh, I think I could unlock summons. I forgot about that. I'm definitely gonna go for that. Why wouldn't I? It's a summon. Oh my god, it's a lot of letters I got. Alright, let me just check real quick what they have to say. Alrighty, interesting. Okay, was that really it, dude? Oh! I could get Tom Berry's... can I not just obtain them right away? Magic Pot? Huh. I gotta be sure to remember these two. I don't know if I could get them right off the bat, but I think Tom Berry might be a little too tough to get right away. What do you want? What did you want, dude?
Before you go out on a mission,
Oh,
you
wrong
should always
person.
remember to check the supply pod. You know, because we're not notified when it's been restocked.
I just think that's funny.
Rumor has it that it's because of the company's cost-cutting measures.
Okay. Right here. I forgot I could take missions on here. I think it's in Hojo's laboratory, yeah. Wait, is this not the one? There we go.
Activating combat mode.
I hope he's not too tough. I don't know if he leveled up or not. Doggone it. Oh no, I didn't stop it again. Doggone it. Whatever. Still pretty awesome to watch though. Doggone it, he keeps dodging him.
Conflict resolved. Got him.
Thank God. I got him too. I got a summon. Yay. That wasn't too bad. Okay, I gotta press both analog sticks. That's interesting. They really have changed some things here. I don't believe it. Let me just actually equip that new material if I can. Oh, I don't know I had a Blizzard Blade. When the heck did I get this? Oh, I can't add it yet. That's kind of annoying. I don't know if I should equip it or not. Talk about the thunder. Maybe I should and just go on with it. I guess I could do, if I really wanted to, I could do more missions. Can I explore the whole area if possible? I just want to
Zack.
go look at everyone.
Word of advice? You should go places and do stuff before missions. You know, so you don't have any regrets. So, what do you say we go down to 1 and head to Sector 8?
Why not? Looks nice. I like this.
Here we are, Sector 8. Okay, now we should split up.
Wait, what? You brought me here just to ditch me?
I forgot he did this.
Don't you get it? This is for you. You usually have so little time before assignments, and you can get more done if you're on your own.
This is true.
If you want to go back, go that way. See ya, Zack. I'll be in touch.
I just can't get over the fact that the models look like those of Type 0, Final Fantasy Type 0. Like, it reminds me so much of that game. But everything else here looks a little bit more refined. The environment. I don't know if it's entirely based off the remakes. I think these are the fangirls. Sephiroth, Genesis, and Angeal.
Excuse me, but are you with Soldier?
Soldier Operative Zack, yes.
Zack? I've never heard of you. You must be Soldier second rate.
Rude.
We were just talking about who the greatest Soldier member is. For me, it's Angeal. He's so straight-laced and thrifty to boot.
If we're talking about the greatest in Soldier, I can't think of anyone other than Sephiroth.
I mean, she's not wrong there. He really is the best.
Just imagining him walking around shirtless is enough to make me swoon.
They actually kept this here from the original game.
You two don't know what you're talking about. This is the age of Genesis. There's nobody better in Soldier than him.
Soldier first classes have a big female following, it looks like.
Zack. So,
What sets Genesis's fan club apart is that we're better funded than other fan clubs. We have a very generous sponsor that's backing us. And we sell various merchandise too. How about it? Would you like to join Red Leather, the premier Genesis fan club?
I don't remember the reason behind agreeing to these clubs, but,
As a perk of
I ended
new
up doing them
membership,
either way.
You automatically gain a chance to win a replica of Genesis's rapier. Oh, it looks like you just received your first newsletter.
Should probably check that out real quick. Yeah, I remember most of this stuff about him. He wanted to be a hero like Sephiroth, basically, and gain his acknowledgement, basically.
Dedicated to Angeal? If you join now, you'll get our recent newsletters that include bits of Angeal's official profile.
I think one of Angeal's little things that he actually likes to cook, leftovers.
Welcome! You are now an official member of Keepers of Honor. See? You just received your first newsletter.
Must be nice being popular. I forgot he'd like gardens. He's gonna make an interesting old man.
Within Soldier, there's no one more popular than the hero Sephiroth. Which explains why he has so many fan clubs, from big to small, casual to utterly devoted. There's just too many to count.
I think there was one called the Silver Elite or something like that. I don't remember.
That's why it's important to look for a fan club that suits your needs.
This voice actress.
Within Soldier, there's no one more popular than the hero Sephiroth.
This kind of sounds like Lucari. There's no way that's her, though.
Well, now that's so.
There's no way that's her. I'll probably have to ask her on her channel. Kind of sounds like Lucari, though. Where's that one guy who talked about the weapons? So I'm gonna have to ask her if she played any role, any minor voice acting roles in this game, because it does sound a lot like Lucari. I think this is the guy.
Getup. Are you with that Shinra outfit, Soldier?
He looks like he's a little scarred, but I can't tell from
I hate
this
Shinra
angle.
with a passion. I want nothing to do with you. That
Never mind. I guess I had to do one of his missions or quests or something like that. I forget, but he goes on and on about the weapons.
I'm sorry, but soldier guys don't interest me.
I think this guy ends up being a woman ends up being a Wutai spy. I think. I could be wrong. Let's see. Did I go everywhere down here? There's some weird... I remember some of these quests for some reason. I'm starting to get like a flow of them back.
Lately, we're seeing more and more reporters sniffing around for a scoop on Shinra. I was chasing after one who had snuck inside the building. but I lost him. We absolutely cannot allow confidential information to leak to the public. I will catch him.
I really want to be a manga artist, but I can't write. I mean, I can't draw to save my life. I have a story. I already told you guys, for those of you who have watched me for a while. It's a concept similar to this, but not all that electric power shenanigans. They do have an elite military personnel. I can't talk to this guy? Okay, what about Mr. Fancy Pants over here?
This is Sector 8, the place for entertainment. If you walk from the fountain toward the clock tower, you'll get to Loveless Avenue. If you go up the stairs there, you can go to the Sector 1 station. From the station, you can catch a train to the Sector 5 slums.
Alright, the stairs take me to the slums, but I don't know if I could go there yet. Loveless Avenue. You know, I'm surprised there has not been like some kind of spin-off to this freaking novel thing. Like, you would think maybe Square Enix would have tried to invest in this. Like, I don't even know the whole story, but I think it involves 3 heroes. Like, you would think by now they would have done something like that. This guy. Isn't he the guy who tries to go against me? Trying to prove that infantrymen are better than soldiers?
Thanks for patrolling Midgar.
You're with Soldier, I see. But what business do you have here?
Well, no business, really.
It is the duty of the 18th Squad of the Shinra Security Department to patrol the streets of Sector 8.
18th Squad.
Anyone who disturbs the peace in Sector 8, soldier or not, will be dealt with.
Whoa now, take it easy there, guy.
This is actually good timing. I have something to say. What Midgar needs right now is not Soldier.
What do you mean?
I can't believe I remember so much.
Who is it that finds lost children and takes them back to their mothers?
I know I played this game religiously back when I was a kid, but holy crap, I didn't think after all these years. Like, this game in the Crisis Core in 5 years will be, well, maybe closer to 4 years, will be 20 years old. And I can't believe I still remember it.
Who is it that catches the crooks who steal change from vending machines? Who is it that warns young people talking loudly on their phones in trains?
What's wrong with that?
That is all us. So, who Midgar really needs is the Shinra Security Department.
Thanks for your service?
You won't be so arrogant for much longer. We'll be holding a joint training session with Soldier soon. Security against Soldier. We'll find out soon enough who the true elites are.
I mean, realistically speaking, as much as I would love for this guy to prove me wrong, we're biologically enhanced by Mako energy. True. Apparently, I don't remember them specifying this, but I said this in some of the forums. They never really mentioned about degradation being a thing. The only thing I ever heard of it was degradation in Mako degradation I'm talking about. They never really mentioned degradation in
This is the busiest part of Sector 8,
in the original game.
nicknamed Loveless Avenue.
They just more or less said degradation was caused by the Genova cells. Nothing ever mentioning the Mako, but again, I don't remember hearing that, so I don't know, which is crazy because I'm a huge fan of this series.
Loveless is considered a literary masterpiece. They've even made it into a play.
I can't believe I remember a lot of this stuff.
Oh, a soldier guy. Sorry, not interested. Apologies, but my heart's already set on someone else.
I think I know. I could be wrong though. I forgot his name. Someone with a black chocobo, I think.
Am I right here? It can hit 140 mph. It's got a good engine, of course, but the real secret is in those tires.
These things look like they belong in like the 50s or something like that. First when I was able to talk to them in the past.
You're with Soldier?
I think it's another Wutai spy.
Nothing to see here. I'm a civilian, and I'm very busy. Please don't talk to me.
So if I don't get that mission till later. Talk to him.
Loveless.
an epic tale of doomed love and shattered friendships. It's a classic that's even been adapted for the stage, and a production is put on every year. I am a member of the Study Group, a fan club devoted to Genesis. We study Loveless to gain deeper insight into the work that Genesis loves so much. We began as a group that studied the Loveless text within Red Leather, another Genesis fan club. However, we grew tired of the shallow fandom prevalent in Red Leather, so we broke off from them.
I think they also
Would
mentioned...
you like to join the study group and delve deep into the Loveless text? Like Genesis?
I remember something happens within Red Leather. I think they end up going to financial collapse or something like that. They end up losing sponsorships or something like that. And then I forget who mentioned something about Apple jewelry. I remember that detail too. Yeah, sure, I'll join just to reminisce the good old days.
You are now a fellow worshipper of Loveless. Oh, I think you just got new mail. Why don't you take a look?
Yeah, right. I think this is where he tried to do something with his father. I don't remember though. I don't remember if we ever figured out the whole meaning of Act 4. I think Genesis says we reenacted ourselves at the end, but I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what. I don't know. I think someone said it's just a little convoluted BS, but I don't even know. The only thing that ever made sense to me was the water surface that Zack ends up being in a certain cutscene. That's the only thing that ever made sense to me, really. But I'm not sure if... I don't know if Loveless is retelling the story of Zack. I just don't know, though. Like, Zack is this hero, and he somehow gets intertwined with these three other heroes, and I guess the love woman would be Aerith. Because I think originally, Sephiroth at one point was supposed to be a love interest for Aerith, but that idea got scrapped. I think at one point they were supposed to be siblings. Also got scrapped. Nothing here to talk about. Okay, no. Angeal was supposed to be the original Cloud, and obviously he had a love interest with Aerith too. So it kind of makes me wonder if, can I go to the slums? I don't think I can go, no, I can't go there yet. I got a certain event for that to happen. So I guess Zack, I mean, I don't know if Genesis would have, I think Genesis might have fallen in love with Aerith also, if he actually knew who she was.
I came to see the new Shinra train with my big brother. I can't wait to see it. Oh,
so
man.
I always assumed that maybe the story of Loveless was just basically done from the perspective of Zack, but I could be wrong. Until we get certification by Square Enix itself.
Is pulling in soon. Its model name is the Mark 93-2. I can't wait to see it. Oh man, I'm so pumped.
So yeah, again, unless there's already been explained some Ultimania that I have not acquired yet, because those things were only exclusive to Japan for like the longest time, until they finally decided to give us some insight on that. I don't know why it took them so long.
I've been waiting for the train for quite a while now, but
like,
it still hasn't come in yet.
When I had more money, I would have probably bought all those books just so I could read and understand better the lore of certain Final Fantasy games I like. Well, namely this one and maybe 15.
There's been a lot of delays.
13 kind of piqued my interest too, in the world building at least. Interesting. Yeah, this goes to the slums. I think I gotta go back up. I think that was enough exploring, actually. I could do a few more missions if I really want to, but I don't know. I'm debating right now. I kind of want to get to the main story, but I think one of the big parts of this game is to actually enjoy the side missions too. That's one of its bigger gimmicks, but I don't know, since I kind of want to invest my whole free time to Engage when it comes out next month. Fire Emblem Engage, for those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about. So I don't know, I'm debating. I could always try to make a separate save file at a certain point and just say I'll do that on my own free time. But I don't know. I'm debating, really. I didn't even bother platinuming FF7 Remake because a part of me is just like, I got more things to do. I don't think I have any Mako stones, unless they're able to give me one right off the bat.
My son got lost inside the Shinra building. I was so worried. But the young lady at the information center was able to help me. Thank goodness. That's one thing about the Shinra company. They always offer service with a smile.
I think the lady ends up being a fan of mine eventually. This is the kid, right?
Wow! So this is the Shinra building. This is my first time here.
Wasn't the kid also a spy? I don't remember that very well.
Right now, we are running a special on potions. The general public still has to pay full price, but for soldier members and Shinra troops, they are currently free. How about you, sir? Would you like one?
This voice actor sounds familiar. I remember I wanted to get a replica of that potions container, and I think it had an actual beverage in it. But there was no way I could afford the shipment fee all the way from Japan. I was like, screw that. I was a real big nerd of this game back when I was like a kid, like ultra nerd. I was a die-hard nerd.
Good day, sir. Welcome to the Shinra Building Information Center. Please come see me anytime you have questions concerning the Shinra Building.
Oh, hello there. If you need help with anything, please let me know anytime. Hey, he's pretty cute.
Yeah, so this is the chick who ends up becoming one of my... I think she starts a fan base for me. I can't believe I remember so much. I'm actually in shock.
Sir, I am a new recruit, sir. I am committed to giving my all for the Shinra Company, sir.
I used to be like this guy back when I was in the Marine Corps until I started losing my, I guess my motivation is what they call it. And then I found that's not all what it seems. Then I got really disappointed. I'll go to the exhibit room. Just want to check everything out. There was I believe there was a scientist over here that ended up hating us eventually. Oh no, wait, I don't think he shows up right away. I think he ends up looking at the map here and talks about Ifona, Aerith's mother.
This is the Shinra number 26 rocket, a conceptual model of the project that Shinra Space Development has put all their efforts into in recent years. Once completed, it's on to the launch.
I think it's funny that they halt that project for some odd reason after investing millions of gil.
I came as soon as I heard the exhibit room was open to the public. The Shinra Company's achievements are simply amazing. This room is a testament to that.
I want to check everything out real quickly, just to admire it. No, this boy, this thing ends up going for a ride eventually, and we won't ride until maybe until the Rebirth game comes out next year, around Christmas. I wonder how much the story's gonna change. Will Aerith actually be able to fly that thing for once? Or will she meet her end again? It is a retelling, so... This bike, Cloud rides. A Hardy Daytona. I forget who asked, someone asked Tetsuya Nomura to actually draw a bike for them, because they really liked the way it looked.
I came as soon as I heard the Shinra...
Oh, this guy. I think this is the guy who's interested in the receptionist over there, or...
How do I make her realize my feelings?
Except the problem is, I remember every time we come back after a certain chapter, I think, he gets closer and closer and getting her attention, but we never get to that one part.
You heard nothing.
We never get to that one part where, if he actually, tells her and she accepts his feelings. We never get to that because, well, let's just say I want to keep that spoiler free.
The exhibit room is open to the general public. We ask that you refrain from any conduct that would disturb our visitors.
I'm a soldier, lady. You really think I'd be so disruptive?
Hey, Zack. You're wanted in the briefing room. There's a Turk waiting, so you should hurry. I had no idea things were so hectic. Sorry I distracted you.
I wonder if we're gonna finally see Consul
Ugh.
in
For
Rebirth,
real?
or in whatever its third installment is in the remake trilogy.
The briefing rooms...
I lied. I just wanted to, go over, look
Right
a little bit
there.
more.
You see it? Man, are you alright?
I already know where it's at.
Now, Zack.
I know it's on this floor, and I was just wanting to look a bit more. Just want to see everything once again, and from the perspective of this game. I mean, I understand they were going to put the same amount of effort and budget into this, like they did with the remakes, but still, it's nice to see it.
First it was Genesis, and now Angeal is gone too? Lately, Soldier seems to be going through a lot of chaos.
I gotta lie, I wouldn't mind having a nice couch like this. These look really comfortable, and I love the black. Even this table looks very nice. It looks very nice, actually.
I don't suppose you've noticed all the specialized rooms on this floor? We have the briefing room, the materia room, and the training room. All these facilities provided just for us. It's good to be in Soldier.
I wonder if Soldier knows that they're dying, though. Have they been made aware that they are actually slowly dying?
Hey, Zack. I hear that you were quite the hero in the Wutai operation. They say you must have taken out about 1,000 Wutai soldiers in Fort Tamblin. But don't forget, I'm gonna be the next one to make first.
He's gotta be disappointed. It's probably the most I've talked in a video game. But I'm such a nerd for this game, for this series. I wonder if... I don't have any material on me, but let's see.
Naturally formed materia are extremely rare, but Mako stones are relatively easy to obtain. A Mako stone is crystallized materia, made of concentrated Mako energy.
I don't know if I get anything for free. I don't remember that.
It doesn't function as materia, but if we process it here, we can make it into materia. Soldier sometimes runs Mako stone excavation missions. You should go sometime.
Okay. Never mind, I guess they don't go through it.
What materia is the concentrated essence of Mako energy in crystallized form. Naturally formed materia is virtually non-existent. The reason being, it takes special conditions and many years to form. Most of the materia being used today were made artificially, either here or by the people over at Arms Development.
I used to be a member of the science department. Right around the same time Lazard became director of Soldier. I was transferred here. Well, it was more like I was headhunted out of science.
Okay. I think that's everything except for the training room, but I don't know if I should go there or not. Like, to do some stuff. I remember there was a little squatting minigame here.
Fitness checks are an important obligation in Soldier. Because of your exposure to Mako, maintaining your health can be quite complicated.
So, do they not know?
This is the training room, where we gauge the physical fitness of Soldier members. You're Soldier's second-class Zack, right? Yes, we'll be testing your fitness someday. Let's hope it goes well.
Okay. Can you imagine working for a corporation like this? Would you feel important? Be honest, would you guys actually feel important if you actually worked for a place like this? I don't know if I would. I guess the whole job would probably be boring after a while. I don't know if I could deal with all that paperwork stuff, really. I've done administrative work, and I hated it, honestly. Actually, let me see. I want to see if I could do that. Let me just do that one mission real quick. One with, what the heck is this one? I guess I don't mind doing a few of these. They're not too bad, are they? Oh, wait, never mind. Some of these actually aren't, like, immediate battles. This one right here. I think it's the one against that guy. This is what I'm talking about. They're not immediate, but I want to get at least off guard. Really? Already, huh? Oh, summon. Okay, sweet. Let's go with it. Pretty cool to watch the cinematic cutscene here. Believe it or not, the original model for cinematic 3D model for a freak was actually very long. So they had to more or less cut it down. I guess into this one, this version. Because the freak from that game looks like a kind of looks like a hairless alien chihuahua thing. I don't know how to describe it really.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way!
Era.
Better run for it! Here we go! Go, go, go! Oh yeah!
Conflict resolved.
Oh. I forgot where it came from. Oh no. I don't think I've been up here yet. That might be the way to get there, but let me see. There's 2 chests here. Oh no, I've been here. I'm so stupid. Alright, I wonder if the mechanics work the same. Let me see. If I just stay over here, how faithful did they remain to this game? I don't want to keep fighting everyone. Oh my god, they remain faithful to even that. That's how you actually avoid a lot of these battles. Oh, I think the chest might be down here. I don't mind doing some battles, I just don't want to do too freaking many because it gets repetitive after a while.
Brace yourself! Here we go! Go, go, go!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
Is there a chest over here? I don't know.
Later!
Conflict resolved.
Ah, there it is. X potion, okay. Yeah, you gotta do a lot of this, just to avoid as many fights as possible. I'm pretty sure most people don't know that.
Activating combat
I think the worst part is if I fought these guys and then I went to go get the chest, I might have had to fight them again.
Take that! Later! Oh yeah!
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
You think they're gonna shoot me?
Got him!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
I admit that you bested us in today's training. But the troops that participated in the exercise are amateurs. Many of them have never seen real combat. Don't expect the same results next time.
Shinra Alpha. I forgot what that does. Then again, I don't remember any of this, all the items and all that stuff. I just remember a lot of things, certain things for some odd reason. Yeah. Alright, let's talk to him. Let's get ready to go.
Ready to go?
Tell us. Probably play for another 20 minutes, maybe.
No sweat.
I wonder. Originally, Sephiroth was assigned to this mission. That means it's a top priority matter. Be alert, or you'll fail.
And Sephiroth?
Refusing to go, apparently.
Oh, what is that? They spoil him too much.
Why don't you say that to his face?
No thanks.
They actually kept that.
Weird trees.
Benora white trees. Or dumb apples.
That means this is Benora Village? Angeal's hometown?
And Genesis's.
Genesis and Angeal have known each other a long time.
Activating combat mode.
Take that!
Conflict resolved.
Interesting music. Huh.
These guys. I saw them in Wutai.
So they are here. We've seen no townspeople yet. They may have taken control of the whole town. When Genesis left, he took an arsenal along with him. Retrieve or destroy. Those are the President's strict orders.
Okay, no sweat.
I'm probably gonna upset a lot of people who probably are huge fans of this game and are playing right now, but this feels like a Final Fantasy type 0 2.0. Oh, another email from console. This guy's kind of weird sometimes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, if I were Zack right now, I'd definitely grab a few of these apples and see if they're any good. True, it might be considered stealing, but come on, an apple or two won't hurt anyone, right?
Conflict resolved.
Oh, they're weak against ice? Okay, sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Might as well just end it quick. Oh, they survived? Okay.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a boss. Yep, there's a boss fight right there. This is why this is what I'm talking about. The game can go pretty fast if you don't do any of the side missions and training. One of the game's longer aspects is, I should say, is its missions. There's a lot of missions in this game. Some of them are pretty interesting too. Alright, that's pretty cool. Oh god. Alright, 2 seconds, you guys. I gotta take care of something real quickly. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm back.
The President's orders will be met.
Activating combat mode.
Alright, sweet. This should be easy. Did I miss? Oh my god, okay. And I got level 4 Octoslash already.
Bringing out the big guns.
Concentrate.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, Octoslash is pretty strong. Does a lot of damage. Look at that. I think this is a little too easy, but I don't regret my decision. If this game is being as faithful as I remember it, hard mode would have taken too freaking long, just because of the increase in HP and damage output they do.
A Genesis copy.
Where did you hear that?
Sephiroth said it.
The technology was stolen from our scientists.
Huh?
It apparently allows Genesis's abilities and traits to be transplanted to soldier members and monsters.
Soldier and monsters? We're the same?
More or less, yes. But for those of you who don't understand what that means, it means that Genesis, all the people he took, all the seconds and thirds, he transfers his genetics and traits into them, and now they become his copies. So basically, they're not clones of him, but he more or less forced people, these soldiers, to become his copies, to become his clones, more or less. Which is actually kind of dark, surprisingly dark. Who's this guy?
Refreshing taste that goes down smooth. Vanilla white juice, 120 gil each. Sounds tasty. Apple Factory is up ahead, past the housing community, huh?
So I imagine Banora Whites are probably this world's equivalent of cashew apples. I heard cashew apples are really freaking good. The problem is, wherever they grow from, I believe it's mostly in Taiwan or the Philippines, one of those two countries. The apples expire so quickly that there's no point in importing them over here. So they just mostly stay over there. That being said, why would they haven't imported juice? Then again, I haven't really done my research on that. I'm pretty sure you could import the juice itself, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe it spoils just as quickly. I have no clue. But I heard it's really good. Like, really good juice.
Internal issues have to be dealt with before they leak. No sign of the townspeople. Check the houses. This is Genesis's home. His parents are wealthy landowners.
But I never stole from that tree, because the wealthy man's son was my friend.
They weren't mere acquaintances. They grew up together and were best friends.
So Genesis deserts and gets his best friend Angeal to join him. Is that it?
Sephiroth believes that's the case. There. A gravestone, still very new. Zack, go find Angeal's house. I'll check the grave.
Ugh. So Turks always do this stuff?
Someone has to do
They
it.
get paid more than him.
Must be rough.
Don't worry. We're paid much better than you are.
No way!
Imagine busting your butt. Like, seriously working, dodging
Zack,
bullets and all that.
Go find Angeal's house. It should
Fighting
be over
monsters
there.
only for you to
It's likely already in enemy hands. Be careful.
only for you to be not paid as much as a suit. Well, they are pretty good in combat also. I remember, was there a chest around here somewhere? I don't remember. Ah, there is. God, I can't believe I remember very well. So let's see.
Activating combat mode.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure most gonna show up here. Oh god, I hate these things. Ugh. They're kind of tough too.
Warm-up's over.
I'm a little disappointed in this town. I thought they would at least make it bigger, since it's a, you know, this is a bigger game, better graphics and all that. But whatever, that should do it, right? There we go.
Let's see. Angeal's house is...
They all look the same.
somewhere.
You think this town would be a little bigger than this, right?
I'll just have to check each one.
It's almost like this is what a Pokemon game would be like. Okay. As I was saying, I feel like this is what a Pokemon game would look like.
But now's not really the time. I'll come back later.
Mainly because I say it's probably gonna be they're gonna make a big deal of this town. It's this small. You only have like what, like 4 or 5 houses, and then you get to leave the town. This is probably the best example of what a Pokemon game like if we got a remaster. Wrong button again. I really should swap the blocking.
What is this?
But yeah, I feel like this is what a Pokemon game would look like. Welcome to the village of Benora. Our gym leader is right up here. The freaking town's this small. I don't know if I can investigate the houses. I don't remember.
Anybody home?
I already know the houses all over there. I believe that's the one.
Anybody home?
And we get attacked by monsters. I gotta fight a red one? I don't remember that.
Activating combat mode.
Oh god, these are much tankier.
Later.
Conflict resolved.
I'm happy the gameplay goes much quicker here, though. Let's see, house number 2.
Anybody
house
home?
number 3.
Can't hear anything, and the door's locked.
I'm pretty sure we get attacked in this one also.
Anybody home? Can't.
No? Okay, I was wrong. I'm pretty sure this is the house. Has to be. Either that or I'm remembering wrong. Yeah, it was the house. Doggone it.
Can I help you?
Greetings, ma'am. Are you Angeal's mother? My name is Zack.
Zack the puppy.
Are you Zack the puppy?
Excuse me?
My son wrote to me once about you. 0 attention span. Restless as a little puppy.
Oh, thanks, Angeel.
You're not here together with Genesis, are you?
No, I'm not. Don't worry.
What is happening with my son?
I'm not really sure.
Genesis came back here a month ago with an army of cohorts. And they proceeded to take the lives of many townspeople.
Can't be that many with, what, only 5 houses?
He used to be such a good boy.
Is Angeel...
He came here. But he left his sword and went off somewhere. That sword represents our family's honor.
I see. No wonder. He never uses this sword, really, ever. I'll take care of Angeel. You should go and hide somewhere.
Don't be concerned. Genesis cannot harm me.
They did a really good job picking the voice actress for Angeal's mother. Because I remember her sounding the voice actress for her in the original PSP version sounded very off. I think it was a woman of Oriental descent. Probably, I think she might have been Japanese, but her English was a little off. I'm like, okay. Even I thought it was a little off. That's the restroom. Nice tub. This must be the bedroom here or the basement. Oh, come on. He doesn't react to the pictures here? Yeah, 5 gil. Oh, here we go. These are pictures.
Oh, a picture of Angeal. So young. Must be when he first joined Soldier. And there it is. That Buster Sword.
And it's a real picture of a baby. And a kid right there. What the heck?
This one's a family picture. Look at Angeal. Showing off that Buster Sword again. This must be Angeal's father. Looks like a serious guy.
I can't see it very well.
A baby picture. This is Angeal? So cute. Now these two rascals must be Angeal and Genesis.
I can't see them very well. I wonder if I... No, there's no zoom in. Oh god, it's just he's up opposing. I forgot what the point of this was. There was no point, I guess, but either way.
When Angeal decided to join Shinra, my husband had that sword made for him and told him to fight with honor. He borrowed a lot of money. And then he worked so hard to return the debt, he eventually died of fatigue.
I think this is a good stopping point, you guys, because this episode's not going to be very long after this, and it might be a little longer, maybe, I don't know. I might do a few quests. So yeah, I'm going to call this an episode. I've already been doing this for an hour anyways, so yeah, I'm already getting tired also. It's almost time for me to go to sleep. But I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone. Later.